And she called you in regards to what?
To like a riot in prison. There's a riot in prison.
She told you there was a riot.
Need assistance, yes.
Did she ask you to send backing forces?
Yes, and then I called DCP, Francis Songwa, the DCP that time, and he had already been informed by the command center as well. So he was doing the necessary to go there.
Did she say, apart from saying riot, did she ever mention that there were some guards who were retained there by these officers?
Yes, she did that.
By the inmates?
Yes, she said this, yeah.
And did she tell you that the reason that they wanted reinforcement was to liberate the officers that were being detained by the inmates?
She wanted assistance from the police to come up to help them with, yes, because of the guys who were the officers who were detained by the inmates, and then because of possible disorders, stuff, things like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Disorders, she talked about possibility.
No, disorders.
No, she told you there's a possibility of there being disorders.
Disorders, yes.
But initially, the reason why you were asked to send reinforcement was to have the guards released from detention.
She mentioned the riot.
Pardon?
She mentioned riot, so that's why we...
Yeah, she might have mentioned riot.
Yes,
but
yes, she did, yes.
What was exactly what she told you about riot? Was it that they needed to have the guards liberated?
Guards liberated, and plus to stop whatever commotion they were ongoing, yes.
Okay, that was commotion. So if... so you send over the reinforcement.
Yes, I called DCP Francis Songwa, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Songwa, and he was in the process of organizing with the ACPs, Assistant Commissioner of Police, because when I realized they were, my top officers were heading to prison.
So they headed to prison and they deployed
deployed men.
Military officers. Sorry, not military, but some police officers.
Yes.
And these police officers, were they accompanied by military officers, do you know?
I wouldn't... I think they were there on their own firstly.
Because there was a team of military officers that's attached to the police, am I correct?
Military attached to police? No.
Yeah, I'm saying, is there a group of military officers who are...
No.
Who's under the umbrella of the police?
No, there's the group who's I mentioned earlier, who's got the couple of police officers within for the drug issues, but having them attached directly.
Okay. So these officers you just mentioned, they work with the police. If I say work, maybe say work with the police. Those who conduct drug searches.
Drug issues, yes. For drugs, yes.
Yeah, for drugs. So they are attached there, so they work with you when the police would go for searches and stuff like that.
Not always. That most of the drug activities were with the 5 officers also attached to them. But then the drug people down, they did most of their work on their own. There were few times that they would be together, mixed together, but most of the time they were on their own and the police were on their own. I mean, the drug unit police were on their own.
Where were they based?
At State House.
At State House?
Yes.
Okay. So when needed, they would be you would call State House and have them join the regular police force?
No, I wouldn't be the one to call, but maybe, sorry about the maybe, but possibly If it's from the drug unit, they would call them directly. Maybe they have established their contacts, They would call them.
And
Which I think they had they established their contacts.
who they would call at State House?
I wouldn't know.
So you don't know of one person that oversees these officers who to contact when their services were required?
There's one particular person,
Yeah.
but I'll give you the name.
There is one particular person.
Yes.
We know. Okay. Okay. And apart from this group, there is also at State House, based at State House, a group of military officers called the Ibu team.
Ibu. I've heard the name myself.
Huh?
I've heard the name Ibu myself, yes.
Pardon?
I said I've heard the name Ibu myself.
So you've only heard the name, you don't know them?
Not necessarily. I may.
Office, Mr. Bob.
I may mention a name.
One minute.
I may mention a
One
name,
minute.
but I don't
One
know the
minute.
military. I know by face.
You know, one minute, please.
Yes.
You are you are the police commissioner of police. You want me to believe that you don't know of a group of people, military officers called Ibu, when so many people within the population know of that group?
Yeah, but they don't report. They don't come to me. They don't report to me.
That's not. I asked you whether you were aware of that group.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Yeah,
group.
that's what I wanted. I didn't.
I said myself. I've heard.
You just say you heard of the name. You didn't say you were aware. So you were aware of that group.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So when the first deployment to the prison, there was a first deployment to the prison. That was police officers. And which unit of the police are we talking about now?
Potru from SSU.
Mm-hmm.
And then the officers from Asopin police. And then the city counterterrorism team.
Okay.
Yeah, they were the ones. Because of issues of manpower and stuff, they were all engaged in other work. So I believe my officers grab but the main, the SSU, the Potru, Public Order Tactical Response Unit, the one.
Okay. And your officers, they've been trained in dealing with riots?
Yes, the
okay.
Potru, yes, they know, yes.
Okay. What about the military officers? Have they been?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know?
Them, no.
Pardon?
I wouldn't know, because if they had trained, they would have come to the police to train on riot, because I know the riot is the police business, the policing, for crowd control. Yeah. So I don't think the military is trained on riot.
So if the military officers were accompanied, the police officers are not trained in riots, do you think they would have been effective? Because they have no training in that for such a situation, and they are deployed. Do you think they would be effective in quelling down whatever disturbance there was?
It depends on what the person in charge there, the commander in charge of the operation, gets them to do. Maybe crowd control. It's crowd control. You send the people who do crowd control there, and you can have somebody in the background, or helping to do this and that, or sorting this and that. But once again, the officers trained are from the Potru unit that I said,
Okay.
from the police.
Let's just say, anyway, I won't say let's just say. Okay, It is a fact that once the police arrived at the prison, just a short while after, the last person who was being detained was released. Okay, this is on evidence we've got. Okay, so you had a situation, you say, because of that situation, they had gone for an operation. For me, was to release these people. Okay, so once they are released, everything is calm. Do you think that they should still carry on an operation? Because the problem they had come for is now redundant. It doesn't exist anymore. And so do you think the police should have gone into the prison at that point?
If everything is calm, then there's no need to push any further.
Yeah.
To stand by a little bit, that would be a good thing to do, just in case to ensure that it's totally calm.
Yeah. But at that point in time, okay, when everything has been quelled down, as you say, I agree with you. They should just stay. A group of them should stay on site. Do you think there was need for reinforcement by calling other military personals, officers to the prison?
No.
Do you think it was a wise decision, since you are part of you were part of the police force? Do you think it was a wise decision, knowing that this was a situation that existed then, for the military and the police to force themselves inside the prison after everything had quelled down?
There's no need. If it's been calm and the objective is attained, then you can't go any further.
Yeah. So if the police officers that were dispatched, despite the situation, and then forcing themselves in, and then went on a rampage, brutal rampage of assaulting and inmates, how would you view that?
I mean, be careful, it's not one-sided, like the police just assaulting and the prisoners maybe not doing anything. That, assaulting is not necessary. You cannot assault if the prisoners are doing nothing.
Injuring...
exactly, because when you look at it, even the police officers were injured. So there should not be...
Well, I don't know why you're trying to defend this by saying one minute. You say that even the police officer was injured. How many officers did we... One or two that were injured? One police officer.
SBC, yes.
One police officer, according to all the evidence we've gathered so far. One police officer.
But there's no need for anybody to be injured, so that's what I said earlier. If it's finished, then you stop the operation.
Yeah.
Maybe let's ask you this question. You have said to him, when he asked you a question, you said you are aware of what happened at MONTAGNE POSÉE prison on 5 and 6 December.
Mm-hmm.
What are you aware of? What report was made to you?
That there was a report was that prisoners warden were detained, and then there was a riot.
Explain to us. I'm sure
bricks and whatever was being thrown at the police, and
I think, sorry, I'm going to push a little bit back before I release you to him, because what we need from you is to make us understand in detail what you were told, because as the police commissioner, you surely would have to be given more details in order for you to understand the key stages that took place throughout 5 and 6 December. So you can't just say, no, I was told that there were hostages, and then after that there was a riot. No. But this situation escalated. So we want the version that you were told of how things escalated and who was doing what, so that we can have a picture of what you were told.
Anyway, I'll make it a little bit clearer. Like the prisoners, they were sending whatever projectile, whatever at the police, bricks and watery substance and stuff like that. And then they were not listening to what the police were telling them to go back to the cells. They were not listening, and eventually it got worse and things worsened, and some people got injuries.
Yeah, so let's...
Because they end up in
every other place you were specific, right? Until you got to the part where you said things worsened. So that's the part we want to hear.
Things worsened, which means it's like putting a fight and resisting whatever instructions that were given.
Okay, so you were told that the prisoners were throwing projectiles, some watery stuff at the police officers.
Police officers, yes.
Right. Then what? Then what did the police do?
They tried to calm down the situation. They tried to handle them and get things back to order.
Uh-huh. And then what happened after that?
Two people were shot. I mean, badly shot. Eventually.
The police shot people.
Not the police.
But we can't just say the people got shot.
No,
Someone
but I'm telling you
them.
what I've been told as a story. And
so, yes, we want to get the story from you, and I'm asking you these questions because you are not answering the questions that he is asking you. So we want to hear what you were told. I'm not saying this is what happened.
Exactly.
We have a lot of evidence that is sometimes similar, sometimes that is conflicting, and that is perfectly expected. But we want to hear your version. You are the police commander. So instructions were given to the inmates, and they were
not listening and throwing.
They were not listening.
Yes.
We can't just move from that point to say then people got shot, because now some details are no longer coming out. Why?
No. But
yeah. So we want to know who shot people according to the report you got.
No. There's an investigation. An investigation went on into who shot this and that. I mean, there's two of them, two dead persons. So there's an investigation, and the case is at
who shot people.
Case is at AG's chamber, and
no, but you were given a name, because before before you even send a docket file to the AG's office, you need to have an accused. Okay, you must have identified a person to be an accused.
Yes, sometimes the files are sent to AG for discussions and with the investigating officers, you know.
But you cannot send a file to the AG's office without a suspect.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I can't reveal if there's... I don't know the suspect myself, but if...
It's impossible, Police Commissioner, that you are the commander of the police.
Yes.
You are in charge of the police, and the police are investigating a shooting that happened. And the investigation has gotten to a point where there is a suspect, and the docket is opened, and as you, on your version, that docket is sent to the AG, which means you are referring that suspect for criminal prosecution. You surely know. You know who that suspect is. So there is a difference between saying, I cannot reveal that suspect in public, and I can reveal the name privately. There's a difference between saying that and saying I don't know. Because we would not accept that you don't know, given your rank and your responsibilities. So which is which?
I'll talk to you afterwards.
So you know the suspect.
I'll talk to you around about it.
Yeah, but we want to know what
Yeah.
you are going to talk to us
Yeah.
about, because we can't go into a private hearing without knowing exactly what we are expecting from you. So do you know the suspect? And you will share that with us privately.
And one thing, if there is a suspect, it doesn't mean that person is guilty.
Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that that person is guilty. But at least you know that who is the person that has been accused. Okay, you might not want to give us the name
On camera.
on camera, but you can do it off camera.
So what we want to know is, are you undertaking that you will give us that information?
I'll talk to you, yes, about it, yes, definitely.
Sorry?
I'll talk to you about it, about what we've been talking about. It's okay, sir.
You're
you
very
can
nice.
Off camera,
you
off
can-
camera,
invasive
we'll talk
in,
to. Can I?
the way
Can
you
I?
answer, Mr.
Can I please?
Yeah, you can talk to us about it. It might mean I will discuss to you things that are. What I want is, because this, you see, we also have rules. So, and remember, the rule initially was answer the questions as they are asked, right? So the question we are asking is not that are you willing to talk about it? The question is, are you willing to give us the name off camera? So the answer is yes or no.
I'll give you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Following that incident, okay. If you have already sent the matter before the AG, that means you have a report already as to what happened. There's an investigation that has
Yes,
gone on.
yes. Mhm.
Okay. But was a report of that investigation, because there are military personnel involved, was a report of that investigation ever sent to the to Major Colonel, was it?
I think no,
Did he ask for it from you?
not to my knowledge. We talk every day.
Okay. Did the CDF, Michael Rosette, did he ever ask from you for a report on what happened at POSÉE?
No.
You are shaking
I
your
said
head.
no. I said no.
Okay. Never.
No.
He didn't ask for this in December 2024? He didn't ask for this in January 2025?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if there was a request for a report, definitely a report would be sent to.
Okay. But even if he didn't ask, there's meeting. You always have meetings with Mr. Rosette, and even involves the Commander-in-Chief. You have meetings together.
Yes, we have.
And at some point in time, you would discuss the issue of what happened at
Yes, we do.
MONTAGNE. And at any point in time, did you ever tell them, we've conducted investigation, we have a report, we'll submit the report to you? So why wouldn't you, knowing that you've got a report, you've had an investigation done, matters are taken to the AG's office, and you don't tell them that I've got a report regarding the incident, I can
Yes,
furnish
I
you
told
with
them
that.
about the case going to AG. Yes, I did.
You did?
But yes.
Yeah, but you never submitted a report.
No, there was no report submitted. But I did tell them, because we've been discussing about the case every now and then that we met. We've been talking about the case yes, it was like that.
Because you do realize that having military officers as part of the operation, and military officers being accused, that CDF was it needed to have a report,
yes.
because then there are actions that he could take vis-a-vis the officers who were involved and who were named as well. But you didn't see it necessary for such a report to be produced to him.
But the case, I think the case was sent a bit late. I mean, it took.
He never received one, he said.
No, he has not received.
So in fact, I think because he has given this evidence publicly,
Yeah.
he says,
Okay.
and we want you to respond to that in your testimony. He says he deployed. So in fact, maybe let me track a little bit back. There's a question he asked you, but I don't think you answered it clearly, at least for me. It might have been clear, but I admit that maybe for me it was not clear. Did you have any military officers that you asked to be deployed so that they can help you as the police to manage the situation at POSÉE?
Like I said earlier, CDF, we talked about what was happening at MONTAGNE, and I think he told me that CP called him, and eventually he had some men up there, but they were supposed to be the outer layer.
So you confirm that there
Yes.
were military officers deployed to help the police there?
Yes.
Okay. He said, ordinarily, because there were brutal injuries and 2 tragic deaths.
Yes.
So it was not a secret that this operation was deadly, right? We can have a discussion about who was wrong, but this operation was deadly. Now, he said he requested for a report from the police commissioner, who is you, I assume,
Yes.
a report on this operation. Why? Because the soldiers he deployed were under your command, because they were helping your police. So he asked for a report from you in December 2024. And up to now, he has not received that report. Is that true or false?
I cannot recall it. I cannot recall it.
You don't recall sending him a report, or what don't you recall?
I cannot recall the request. You see, I may be making mistakes right now, but
I think this is a very critical.
I understand. Justice.
Mr. Babi, this is a very critical part of your testimony. If I were a member of the public following your testimony, and it comes directly after CDF's testimony, if I'm following the 2 testimonies, I would like to have the confidence that the people who are leading us and securing us are doing their job properly and they are coordinating properly. Now, these events that took place at the prison are so major. They are not like a passing event that one can just say, something, this is major. That's why we are here today.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine that as the police commissioner, you would say you can't recall, you can't remember whether a request for that report was made or not.
Because we've engaged in so many discussions about this incident.
Yeah, but a report on the operation is a major thing. So you would be in a position to know whether a report was requested from you or not.
Sure.
Do you understand
I don't want to.
Do you understand how this might come across to
Yes.
families that lost their members
Yes.
and people who were brutally injured? That you actually can't remember whether a report to just it's not even to a report to say who was wrong and judge. It's a report on an official report on what actually happened. This is something that I think you know whether you were asked for a report or not. I think you know, but
No,
you don't know.
I would have said
Correct me.
maybe he asked and I,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't want to to say that he's talking lies about it and stuff like that and things like that.
Correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong. If a military officer is involved in a crime in this country, the police investigates that crime. Isn't there a need for it to be referred back to the CDF so that they can decide whether
Yes.
whether he will go through a court martial or whether
We do that.
there will
We
be
do that, Judge. We do that.
Yes,
We do that
exactly.
very often,
Because you do that,
Yes.
so there is a need for him to know what to do in that case. Because I believe he has to get the fiat of the commander in chief whether to have the person in a normal court. So he needed to know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe that he would just sit back and say and don't ask for such a report.
Where did you have a duty to share that report with him?
If I had, sorry?
Do you think you had a duty to share that report with the CDF?
Yes, definitely.
So why did you not share with him?
But maybe because we were talking about it, we were so involved in it. I mean, me and him, and
Is there a report
there is a report.
of what happened in MONTAGNE?
Yes, there is a report, from the investigation that the CID has. Yes.
So
I can read this. Okay.
Who did? By when did you have a report?
These reports have been progressively.
Yeah, but you
going
produced when you have a report.
I can give him the final report. Yes.
Yeah, when did you have the final report? By when?
Sometimes last year. Because
was
the case,
Was it January? Was it June? Was it December?
I'm not too sure, but this can be checked.
But you had a report in 2025.
Yes, definitely, yes.
And did you share that report with the military?
We talked about it all the time.
I think the question, Mr. Babi, is did you share?
We talked the report, yes, we talked
did
about
you share the report?
Not to give, but...
So, remember to answer the questions as they asked. The question is not, did you discuss about the report? The question is, did you share the report?
No.
You did not?
No.
But you had a duty to share. Okay. Did you share the report with the commander-in-chief at that time? The president?
The last report, I'm not too sure.
Did you or did you not?
I don't think so.
You did not share with the president?
Yes.
Did the president ask for the report from you?
No.
He did not ask for
No.
the report. You did not share the report with him. He did not ask for the report from you. Okay.
Okay, but you said you had discussions with the commander-in-chief, the president.
Yes.
Okay. When you had discussions with him, did you identify some of the perpetrators of the massacre that happened at MONTAGNE, POSÉE?
No. Because I think the CID was trying to establish throughout they were,
No. Yeah, okay. Throughout the CID was trying to establish. At a certain point in time, the CID established, because you say that the case files have been sent to the AGC.
Yes,
So-
to the AG for setting advice as well.
Yeah, but you have a name.
Yeah.
You must have a name.
That's my name,
So
yeah.
you could have discussed that with the president. You never mentioned the name to the president?
That name, no.
No. Okay. So your CID officers went on site to do an investigation. But anyway, normally when there's a scene of crime, the scene is cordoned off. Okay, every police officer should know that.
Yes.
But you know that when the incident was happening, the CID wasn't there. The scene was never cordoned off. It was never cordoned off. And so with police officers on site on these 2 days, would it not have been prudent for one of your officers to say, look, there's a crime scene here, so we need to cordon off. We don't want to contaminate the scene.
Yes. All the officers, they know about preserving evidence, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It should be cordoned, and I believe this was done afterwards. Not afterwards, as in...
This? What happened is that the prison was cleaned after that, you know, because there was a lot of water, a lot of debris in the prison, and cleaned, and there's no evidence. We didn't get any evidence that says that the officers went there, cordoned it off, and did the forensic that needed to be done.
Mhm.
Is there a forensic report as part of the report that you have compiled?
Yes, a report should say also what the forensic people did and what the exhibits and...
No. My question wasn't that. My question was, is there a forensic report?
No.
So you have no report on how is Jerry Machot,
Yeah.
how Jerry Machot's body was removed from prison? What does the report say about Jerry Machot? Just Jerry Machot. I'm asking because he's the one who was killed inside. The question he's asking you is, and you answered it earlier, that if someone is killed here, the first
cordon.
thing that the police will do is to say,
Cordon the area.
yes,
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
cordon the evidence. Did that happen when Jerry was killed?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know about this.
Do you think you should know?
Yes.
So did you ask for that piece of evidence?
About cordoning, no. I did not ask.
So
This is the duty of
About
all
So what's-
officers.
yeah.
Pardon?
So what is the what does this report that you are talking about really say?
It gives you an account of all the statements of witnesses and a bit of what happened, not a bit, but what happened, and then the exhibits.
So what happened here fundamentally involves the death of a human being. Because it can't just be, it's fundamentally a human being was killed. So that report should say something about.
It's
Yeah. And if it is silent, you should have asked and say what procedures were followed.
I don't think it's silent. I think they did the report, but
Who was the investigating officer?
Is Inspector Jim Roy.
Say it again?
Jim Roy.
Jim Roy.
Jim Roy Jean Paul, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And but you don't know whether part of the report would be a forensic report of the scene at that time.
If he had the report of the forensic report,
Yeah.
he should have.
Not that no, I don't want you to tell me he should have. They should have.
I think
been.
he has.
I'm asking you whether there was.
He has of the whole process what they did on the scene and
I know exactly how the process works, Mr. Barbie. You know that very well. Yeah. So, is there a forensic report?
I've not seen the forensic report.
Okay. So, would I be right in saying that without a forensic report, the report that you have is not entirely complete? Because there's something missing there. And you said that witnesses were interviewed. Who were these witnesses? Just tell me, not their names, like generally from which group or...
Definitely inmates.
There were inmates interviewed?
Officers.
Officers?
The army as well.
Military as well?
Military, yes. And then they would have the medical report.
Yeah, the medical report, yes, we have.
Doctor will have the report, yeah. And then of the scene officer and police officers, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You want-
maybe if...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Babe, I've got a...
Or maybe before, because I wanted to ask a question that's
Yeah,
directly
go
related
ahead.
to,
You ask him
to
that
his,
question.
because I'm reading here
That's Jerry Machot here.
a post-mortem examination report for Jerry Machot. So your officer obviously writes, it's not this one. Just a moment. I want something that is like this one. I think it's the same. I want something that looks like this one. This is for Francis and Esther. So this,
Because on all the postmortem reports, normally what you have, the pathologist will
Yes.
will relate what was told to him by an officer.
yes.
Yeah.
So-
not necessarily that this is correct,
Yeah.
but that's
But
the
what- yes.
that is what the officer would report
Yes.
to him.
And thank you, Commissioner, for that. So the post-mortem report says the inmates carried out violent actions against members of the prison security and against material property, which caused the intervention of the security forces to re-establish it. So that is your police officers. But that already, I think we've established that that's not entirely correct, because you said the prisoners were throwing projectiles and watery substance.
Yeah, at some point, there were
Yes.
some projectiles,
Yeah,
but
yes.
but after the police and the military had stormed the prison.
This too.
Yes, after. Okay, but that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is, it then says this caused his death, meaning Mr. Jerry Machot. Then it says the police are actively investigating the circumstances surrounding this incident, this particular incident. So, in addition to the report on what has happened in prison, there is also an investigation on this death. So do you have a report on Jerry Machot's death?
It's one report complete,
Okay.
which they would highlight the.
So which means you would have read about how Jerry Machot was killed and how his body was removed. Because that's the investigation. Otherwise, what are you investigating about this incident if you don't have basic information about who is suspected to have killed? I take it that you said that information you can give us offline. But he had asked you about the protocols regarding how you just deal with a body of a person who has been killed, and you said you don't know whether that was done.
No, I said sorry, Justice.
Sure.
There's a procedures that they would cordon the scene.
Okay.
But then it was said that there was no. I was just saying what they should have.
So you confirmed that they did not do it.
Because of the yes.
Okay, so that's why. See, the problem is you are not being clear. So, did they do it or not? That's what I want to hear from you.
I don't think they did it.
They
based on the way the situation was at the time there.
No, I think based on the information you were given, they did not do it, because you cannot say based on the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think there is a. Okay, what do you mean based on the situation that was going on in there? They could, because you seem to be saying they didn't do it, but there's a good reason why they didn't.
It's like it was not calm, according to them.
According to them, what was not calm?
It was not calm.
According to who?
To the police there.
To the police.
Yeah.
But when you do this investigation here, which you are said to be actively doing as of 7 December 2024, you just don't talk to the police, right? You also talk to the inmates, which is his question earlier. Who were the people you were talking to when you were doing this investigation? So did you talk to the inmates?
Me?
The police. The investigating
The police,
officers.
yeah, definitely they talked to the
They talked to the inmates.
Yeah.
And what and after talking to the inmates, they still wrote a report that says there was no time to engage in the procedures that you are supposed to engage in when a dead body is there, because the situation was not calm. We have taken evidence from inmates whom you are saying you interviewed, and guards who say no, it's not true. The body of this man was dragged out of prison when prisoners had been subdued through thorough beatings, shootings, and all kinds of assaults. So how could you say the situation was not calm for them to treat a body of a dead person with respect and following the protocols that preserve evidence? Because when you cordon off the crime scene, you are trying to preserve fingerprints, right? Is that correct?
Yes, and anything within the area cordon should not be removed.
Which can help you
yes.
to find out who may have been responsible. This was not done, which suggests destruction of evidence, actually.
Like he was shot, there would be if there was cartridges on the ground. Yeah,
But
that
it's
should
not
have
police
been.
where it
Yeah,
was
that would,
blood.
so you can identify from, I'm sure, whether it was ammunitions given to the police or ammunitions given to the military. That could be identified.
And I went into all that because I was trying to respond. I was trying to get you to explain to us the question whether the proper procedures of preserving evidence around a dead body were followed or not.
I said I
No,
don't
they
think
were not followed.
Yes.
Right? Then you went on to say no, because the situation was not calm. So, do we agree now that the procedures were not followed, not necessarily because the situation was not calm?
Yes.
The procedures were not followed for some other reasons. And I come back to my first question, which is really the crux of the discussion. As the commander of the police, who is looking at a report on the loss of life, those are things that we would be concerned about, because we're talking about preservation of evidence.
Yeah.
But you say, no, I don't think it happened. I don't know if it happened. So that shows some failure there. Because this is something you should actually be knowing, whether it happened or not. Because it's at the heart of evidence gathering. Okay. Commissioner.
Okay. Mr. Babi, I've got a few questions. Yeah. I want you to bear with me. You know, I'm going to go back to when we started, and then come to the scene at MONTAGNE. I would like to ask you, who normally would determine on the promotion of the officers at the police force?
Promotion, rank.
Yes.
It's the commanders. The commanders.
Yeah, I mean your officers.
Yeah, my commanders.
Taking
would,
from
the appraisal, and they would conduct the appraisal, and then
yes.
yes, and then they would forward
So,
to there's a committee for the promotion.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. The military, I know they've got two different types of officers. They've got the non-commissioned officers, and they've got the commissioned officers. Okay. Now the commissioned officers are those ones that are commissioned by the chief, commander-in-chief, and the non-commissioned is done by probably General Roses.
Yes.
Okay. Now, were you in the same situation at the Seychelles Police? Was the police force being conducted in the same manner?
The promotion?
Yes. Did you have commissioned officers or non-commissioned
yes,
officers?
for the higher ranks, like the
ASP and above.
ASP and above, you usually contact the president for it. But
Okay.
there are times that I've given.
Okay.
But it's
So-
the list. Sorry, but the list is submitted to the president because it's seniors.
So,
Yes.
so you would make your recommendations,
Yes.
and then this would have been approved by the president.
President, yes.
And there would be times as well that the president would say, no, do not give him, which I think it has happened. Do you think it was normal because you are the person working with this officer, and you know his capabilities, and you know why you requested his promotion, and then high above they say no? Do you think it was okay, this one?
Not okay.
It was not okay. Okay. Okay, let me catch this one. Right. Somewhere as well, when we were talking, you said that there was a team in the Ministry of Internal Affairs which dealt with, it was a complaint team.
Within the police.
Huh?
Within the police.
Within the police. Okay. Now, any misconduct inside the police would be investigated by the police. This one I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there was a misconduct of a police officer in the civilian population, who would be conducting the investigation?
You mean when there's army military officers?
No, police officer.
Police officer.
He's conducted himself in a bad manner to a civilian.
Police.
Okay.
It's the police.
The police would be conducting an investigation
Yes.
on police themselves.
Yes.
Okay. Now, were you part, for example, with the international bodies, the different police forces across the world? For example, the Scotland Yard. Were you involved with the Scotland Yard in England?
No.
Okay. But have you read a little bit about the way things are done, for example, in England?
In Scotland Yard?
Yeah, in England, the policing. So, because I want to bring you to this. There's an organization which is called the IPCC, which is the Independent Police Complaints Commission. It's independent of the police. Okay? Now, if there is a misconduct of a police officer on a civilian outside, they come to this team, and this team carries out the investigation without favoring anyone. But the reason why I'm asking you this is, you see, I'm a police officer. I'm investigating my friend. I would be probably biased in giving a proper report. But to think it is able to happen.
It is able to happen.
Okay. So it was, and maybe I don't know how it is now, but it was something that should have been changed, should be looked into. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, somewhere we heard that you said there was a team, a drug team, because according to Major General Rosette, there was a team that was mentioned which is based at the State House, Their mission was to carry out drug searches. Yeah, and you confirmed this. Mm-hmm. And you said there are times that this group of people conducted searches without being together with the police.
No, not like that. Just to correct it, with the team that's up there.
Yes.
They combine.
Yes.
They do but not all the time with drug unit people in the police. I mean, those down at...
Okay, so it was not all the time that they were with the drug people unit at the police.
Yes.
They could carry out their own drug
unit,
whatever they wanted to do.
The daily operation, yeah. The daily work, yes.
But then when anything was carried out this way, do you think it was legitimate, it was okay, the police wasn't there, the police was not following, because drugs fall under the jurisdiction of the police?
Yes.
It can't be under the jurisdiction of the army.
Yes. Understand you.
So do you think it was okay or not?
Not okay.
Do you think there might have been miscarriages of justice with this sort of attitude in drug searching?
There's been issues, definitely. Yes, there were issues.
Okay. So if there were issues, you wouldn't be able to talk here in public.
I don't think you said that. Just to answer the question.
There were issues.
First,
I said,
yes or no?
Yeah, but yes.
Okay, no, but
yes.
No, whether you want to talk about it in public or not.
No, I don't want to talk in public.
Okay.
I said yes to what you mentioned earlier.
So you would want to tell us off camera?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said that at times there were directives given to you directly that you thought was not in conformity with the police ethics to carry out your job.
Here?
Huh?
I said this year.
Yes.
That directives were given, just playing back.
Yeah, no, directives were given to you uh-huh. that you thought were not correct. That you, as a police officer, you thought that it was not correct.
Can I
I think the question
say
is,
this?
did you say that or not? I think that's the first question. Did you say that or not?
No.
Okay, then you can continue from there.
Okay, so you didn't say that. Okay. Okay. Now, in the team, all the teams that went to MONTAGNE prison on that night, you said that there was the PSSW, go through.
Yes.
There was the Unsoupe police,
Yes.
and then there was the counter-terrorism team. Okay. Now, Mr. Babe, in your own words, could you explain to us how do you define terrorism? What is terrorism?
Firstly, just to say that they didn't go up there for any terrorist
No,
act.
it's a good question.
Yes. I just want to make it clear because I mentioned counter-terrorism, then it means that they went up there for action towards
I know you said you
counter-terrorism.
were short of
Manpower, yes.
That's what you said earlier.
Yes. But not that they were up there to deal with any act of...
Yes, but that is not his question. His
Yes.
question is, can you tell me what you understand by counter-terrorism?
Counter-terrorism...
So just answer that question,
Yeah.
and if he has a follow-up
Okay.
question, he will ask you.
The countering of terrorism is you fight against terrorism. That's what you counter any act against the state or country.
Yes. Okay. It means that the group of people that is carrying out terrorism acts, they are carrying out violent acts in order to engage the government to carry out their own hidden agenda, which is normally to coerce with advances, say, like political, religious, or ideological goals. And this is normally used by targeting civilians and combatants. So this is the way the terrorists would act. Okay. Now, when we said that the terrorism team was up there, what sort of uniform do they carry?
The inner blue.
Sorry?
Dark blue.
Dark blue.
Dark blue.
Okay. But according to information that we had on that night, the dark blue officers of the counterterrorism was all over the place in prison and carrying out operations. Were you made aware of this? So that means they were dealing with terrorists inside there.
Answer, because for the record, you
Yes.
need to...
No.
Nobody told you,
No.
but you were inside.
They were up there in the operation, definitely.
Yeah, but
I
nobody
can
told you
confirm.
that they went inside the prison.
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, I haven't got too much. Did when this incident happened, yeah? Obviously, we had.
Can I write something?
You can write something.
Obviously,
Sorry. Okay. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
obviously, in the Seychelles, I suppose when you were there as well, at Wadewos we've got a forensic team. We've got forensic people who have studied abroad and come to Seychelles and whatever, and they are forensic scientists, I suppose they are called?
Yes.
Okay. And after the incident, did the Seychelles police force request the assistance of foreign forces to come and help to carry out a forensic report or forensic ballistics report? Was there? Yes,
there was a. Yeah.
But you said earlier that you never saw any ballistic report.
No.
Not ballistic report, but forensic report.
Forensic report.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here I've got.
I know there's a
copy
report.
of the
Yes.
ballistic report.
I know there was one. Yes.
Okay. Now, when you say we had the forensic team at Wadewos in our forces, how did you rate them? How did you see their capabilities and know-how? How would you describe them?
They are hardworking officers. But as you know, we don't do DNA here. We don't have the equipment. We don't have the lab. There's a few things that we don't have. Otherwise, they are very good hardworking.
Okay.
Many things you don't have. Not a few.
A lot.
Many things you don't have.
Yeah, a lot we don't have.
Okay. So during your tenure as the Commissioner of Police, did you make requests to the government to be able to assist those people in the hard-working jobs that they were carrying?
I did.
And what happened?
Not nothing yet, but I did. I did request for a forensic lab, small one. I mean DNA lab. I went to Kenya and on a tour, and they were telling me that the number of cases matters as well, and it's very expensive. But then, prior to Kenya, I had a discussion with Indian government, Indian High Commissioner, way back 2018. We had the plans and everything, the drawing made, and not far from here. In fact, it's it's the plot where there's a bus stop now. This is where just before the court premises, this is where the forensic lab and the police headquarters would be. But then for some reason, they've come and go. They've done all the tests and everything, whatever work they do before construction, before building, but it has never materialized until now.
Okay. So, in terms of percentage, where would you put the forensic team in Seychelles performing their duties? From 0 to 100?
I wish I would see them operating those other equipment that we don't have. And
yeah, but at the moment, where do you see them?
They are good.
Yeah, I know they are good. But where do you see them in the delivery of their services to the country? Where do you see them on this scale?
They do very well. I mean, I'm still. You want me to from 1 to 10?
1 to 10. Where would you rate them? Where do you see them performing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that because of lack of equipment, I would give them an 8 and an 8.
I think it's
Okay. Okay. So now I'm going back to what Commissioner Vidot had said earlier with the securing of the crime scene. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
You were not there.
No.
Mr. Songor was there.
Yes.
He is a very experienced police
Yes.
officer.
Yes.
Why do you think Mr. Songor did not request for the crime scene to be sealed so that our personnel at the forensic department would be able to go there and do the first aid, sort of pick up as much information that we needed in order to supply to the foreigners that would come. Because the foreigners, according to the documentation, they came 37 days later, and they said it was a lack of everything. Okay? Was there, do you think it was...
I think let him answer the question.
I think you're making
Okay.
statement
Yeah.
without answering. Do you want to answer that question, Mr. Babe? The one he puts.
Maybe rephrase your question, and
Yeah.
then he answers that question.
Okay.
only,
I
and
think
then
it
you
was more
move
like
to
a
the next
statement.
Okay,
one.
no, what I was asking is what Commissioner Vidot had spoke about is the securing of the crime scene, and you had a very experienced police officer up there, Mr. Songor, who did not give the orders of securing this part of the prison where the death had happened, so that then straight away our forensic team would have been able to go up there with all their knowledge and try and get as much information that they could to provide to the ballistic foreigners that would be coming. So why do you think it didn't happen?
I won't know why they did not do it. Maybe they're in a better position, but I don't know really what.
But one thing, as a commissioner of police, knowing that these were not happening, did you not suggest that this should be done, or you would ask questions as to why such was not being done?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or maybe do you think there was other instructions that was given not to?
I don't know this one.
Okay. Now, when you said you were contacted by the CP prior to, or when the incident was taking place, were you receiving, as the Commissioner of Police, were you being given feedback of the different events that was happening at the prison by Deputy Commissioner, no? Was it?
Songor.
Deputy Commissioner Songor? Was he feeding you with information of what was going on?
Yes.
He was.
Yes, he was
Now,
giving.
I know your line manager is the minister and the commander-in-chief. Were you feeding those two individuals with information that you were getting from the prison?
I think both were not in the country.
Sorry?
Both were not in the country.
Both were not in the country. So you never spoke to any one of them?
No, I spoke to the president that there's this incident in the prison.
Okay.
And we are there, but not the minister.
Okay, so can you talk a little bit to us about what your conversation was all about with the president?
No, simply to tell him that there's a call for the police to attend to the prison, and that there's a team there, and my top subordinates officers are there.
Okay, that's what you told him.
What I told him.
What did he tell you?
I can't recall the exact words. I won't be able to.
You must remember something that he told you. And I'm sure.
Yeah, that's to ensure
a lot of things.
like just to ensure that things are put under control and back to normal. In that line.
So he told you to make sure
that
things are put under control
and back to normal.
and back to normal.
Yeah.
Now, did he later phone you to ask you about, you know, you phoned him, let's say you phoned him at 1 p.m. Did you have any other conversation with the minister and the president later to explain to them what was the outcome of the incident? If things had been put under control.
To the president, yes. I
spoke
did,
to
yes.
So what did you tell him?
Whenever things were back to normal, and there's stability now in prison, and everything is under control.
Yeah. What did he tell you?
Probably he congratulated. Well, he said
congratulated
good work.
you?
He said good work. Yeah.
It was good. But did he know?
Did you tell him about the deaths that happened?
The what? Sorry.
People being killed?
Killed, yes.
You told him about
Yes.
that?
Mhm.
You told him that people were assaulted?
Assaulted and everything, and that things are now under control.
And when you told him that this was a very brutal operation, what was his response? Unless you didn't tell him it was a brutal operation.
Yes, well, not to mention brutal, but there's people have lost their lives in there.
And his response?
I think he was like, who are they, you know?
And, asking you who are they, and that's it?
I won't recall everything, but in that line.
Showing disinterest totally?
No, just.
But did he you
No,
said,
because the way you said it,
No,
as if
but
there was disinterest
nobody
totally.
is
Because
is
even
happy,
your body,
when there's something like that. We ask why every one of us.
Because even your body language, the way you said it was
No, just telling me that he would. Nobody would clap.
Okay, so perhaps what is useful, or what is more useful, is for you to indicate to this commission if you were given if the president gave you any instructions, if the president at that time gave you any recommendations, suggested anything to you, because you are not explaining what happened.
Yeah. Because I won't be able to recall the exact words, but to ensure that investigation is done properly, that everything is secured for an investigation.
but did you tell him it was not secure?
No, at this time, no.
But then again, you said that you told him that people had lost their lives, and he congratulated you for this as well?
No. To have everything calm is okay.
Yes.
But people lost their lives. Nobody.
But then still he
nobody.
congratulated you?
No, he is not congratulated for the life.
No, I'm not saying for their lives, but he congratulated you on a good job well done.
When I say congratulate, not that just that you managed to put things under control. There's death, yes, we investigate.
But in what sense did you use this congratulate you?
When I say congratulate, maybe I did not use the right by saying congratulate. But okay, you managed to put things under control. That's very good, you know. But losing life is something
But
else.
if I may ask, sometime later, after this incident, there was a press conference that was carried out, I think 12 days after this incident. And there was a term used as chapeau. You know what chapeau means?
Yes.
Chapeau to the CP. Do you think it was justified for CP to get chapeau?
CP to get chapeau in what sense?
Huh?
What sense would would CP get chapeau?
She had done a good job.
Would you say she had done a good job? Just regarding this incident, I'm not talking about all the performances that she may have had.
I won't rate a good job, but
Pardon?
I won't rate it as a good job, though. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Very much.
You said that the Minister of Internal Affairs was out of jurisdiction as well?
He was not,
Yeah.
I stand to be corrected, but I don't think.
Okay. But the Minister visited the prison on the 7th. That is the 6th, the 5th and the 6th, and the 7th he visited the prison.
That's why I say I stand to be corrected, but I don't know, maybe he came back.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure.
Maybe you can speak up so that.
Some water?
No.
Sorry?
Yes, if you may speak up,
Okay.
like raise your voice so that we can hear you. Your answer was?
I think I said he and the president was not in the country.
Okay. Or maybe
But
I am
Yes, but
not correct.
Then I said I stand to be corrected.
Yeah,
but
I
the
too stand
minister
to be
was.
corrected, but I think I've read somewhere
Yeah.
that he was at the prison on the 7th. You wouldn't know.
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Who were the officers, the police officers in command at the prison during this operation?
Deputy Commissioner Francis Songwa, assisted by Assistant Commissioner Ned Weeds,
Okay. Do you have those names?
Assistant Commissioner Antoine Denous, now the CP for prison, and then Chief Superintendent Jamie Bouzin.
Those were
I know those top.
Those were
top.
your officers
Yes.
in charge of
Yes.
the operation.
Those top,
So
yes.
if you deployed them to be
Yes.
there. Right. So when they are in charge of the operation, what do you expect them to do?
To take charge of everything there.
So if
Take charge of the situation they went there for.
is making sure that police officers behave properly
Yes.
part of the job?
Definitely.
Okay. Did they tell you that there was anything they were concerned about with respect to how some of the police officers had conducted themselves? This surely could be part of your report.
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell you that?
I'm just trying to. That the officers misbehaved.
Any
misbehavior.
Yeah. It's a yes or no? Really?
Yeah, not that.
No, okay. Did the police take over the prison at any time?
As take control of
Yeah.
the situation.
I mean to say now we are in charge of the prison, all instructions come from
From the CP.
these three that you have mentioned.
Yes, when it was calm, I think they took over. When everything went.
When it was calm.
When things were calm, then they.
So when things were hectic, they took over.
Yes, they took over and bring it
But
down.
that goes against the rules. Even that goes against what you said earlier on. You said when you deploy the police to prisons,
Mhm.
they are under the command of the prison authorities. That's what you said at the beginning. When I asked you, when you deploy police to go and help prison authorities restore order, who do they report to? You said they are under the command of the prison authorities.
Fine.
Okay, no, that's
Yeah,
fine.
maybe yes.
You were aware of, you said you are aware of the this military unit called the IBU, right?
Yes.
Did it also involve police officers?
That night.
No. I'm not talking
No.
of that night. I'm just talking of
Ibu,
that unit.
yes. Ibu is made up also.
Also involved
There's.
with police.
You see, there's a bit of confusion there. There's Ibu.
I think.
And then
I'm
coming there.
These are sorry, Mr. Babi. These are follow-up questions, and we don't want to spend the night here.
Okay.
So, follow-up questions, they are supposed to be specific. So I'm asking you direct questions, and I also want you to just answer yes or no, right? So you said you were aware of the IBU unit, right? Then I asked you, did it also include police officers?
Possibly. This is what I'm trying to say. Maybe people sometimes they say Ibu, it's the same as the drug.
I'm talking about the military unit that was reporting to State House, and its job was to search for drugs and narcotics. That's the unit I'm talking about.
There's police officers there.
There are police officers
Yes.
there. Did you second them there?
Yes, I was told to send officers there.
You were asked to send them there. Did you manage those police officers?
When they're up there,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. I think that's what I wanted to ask you as follow-up questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just two little things. Do you remember, Commissioner, who was the commander of the put-through team, the PSSW?
Time. Because there's been changes every now and then, a few changes.
On the day, who was the...
Yes, I'm trying to...
Or if there
SPNista,
were one or two.
CSPNista, and then the second in charge is Vincent Marie,
Okay.
assistant superintendent.
Mr. Anista was not there?
No, Mr. Anista, no, but
So
Vincent was.
Mr. Marie was there?
Vincent Marie was, yes.
Okay. Now, who was the officer responsible for the counter-terrorism unit?
SP da Cambra, Peter da Cambra, superintendent.
SP da Cambra. Okay. Now, I will just to answer yes or no. We understand that there was an email that was sent to you personally regarding the death of Jerry Machut, and the mother had sent an email to you requesting to be able to assist the postmortem of the son. And she said until she came yesterday she had never received any reply from you. Can you confirm this?
Yes.
And would there be a reason why you did not?
Nothing intentional. Nothing intentional. I received lots of emails. And I believe last year that I made sure that my secretary received the mails that I received. Say the mail comes from a ministry, they will copy my secretary in that email. But from individuals, they find my email address and they forward. And so I go through the mails. But I don't think it's the only one that I, unfortunately, did not attend to. But I do my very best to go through the mails.
Okay. Now, my last thing is, after this incident, obviously the management or the country's leadership would carry out a debrief on the incident that took place. That probably would involve yourself, maybe Major General Wozet, the minister, and other people, the CP. Was there any meeting that was organized for the debriefing that you attended?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
Was there any recommendations that was made?
I did some recommendations
You did
myself.
some recommendations. Okay. Now, if we go back to 2016, when there was an incident that took place at the prison, and they called it the prison riot. Okay. Now, were you made aware that there were recommendations that was written by a team of judges in the Supreme Court, I suppose,
By,
of
can I
Seychelles?
say something? By Magistrate Buriana.
Yes,
Yes.
He was a magistrate.
Yes, she was a magistrate that
she
time.
was a magistrate.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, were you aware of the recommendations that she wrote in this document?
I've read this document.
Yeah, but you were aware?
Yes.
Okay, so when were you made aware of this document?
Some time back. And
Was
recently,
it before the incident on 2024?
Yeah, I think I went over it some time back. Yes,
Before 2024?
Yes, definitely.
Did
Before.
you advise the Commander-in-Chief what the recommendations was talking about?
No, there was no reference to this
Sorry?
report. No, I did not.
You never mentioned anything to him so that
No.
he doesn't carry out a mistake? So you never told him?
No. But the report, Commissioners, the report is public. Everybody should have sight.
Oh, you are his advisor as well.
Yeah, I know.
You should advise him,
I know.
you know.
Like,
And the last one. You see, the Prisons Act. Do you have a copy of the Prisons Act?
I have in my office, yes.
Okay, so the Prisons Act says that personnel going to prison, they can be, that's section 13, it says that they can operate as a prison officer.
Okay.
Now, the people going to prison, are they well versed with what this Prisons Act says when they are going to carry out supporting works with the prison? Do they know what they are going to do?
They know what they're going to do, but maybe they are not well versed with the section of the law there.
Okay, so they are brought there and they don't know what the Prisons Act says.
But to tell you the truth, every police officer when going to the academy, be it the recruit course, and then you have the cadet course, and then you have the refresher courses, supervisory. They all are the acts. They come in. Way back when I was still at the academy, it was the people from state law who came to teach those acts, specific section of the acts and so on.
And at some point it was Renault.
Yes,
John Renault. who
exactly.
was,
Yes.
attorney.
So everybody should, and you get when there's exams, weekly tests. What you've been going through, it comes up in the weekly test. So the ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So everybody should, especially officers, should know the law.
Yeah, but then
They
you
should
are
well
confirming that the police officers attached to carry out duties at the prison, they would know.
They would know. They would know. They would know the limit.
Okay, I think that's okay. Are there any specific follow-up questions?
Yeah. At the briefing or any point in time, did you see any footages of what happened at the prison?
I think I've seen with the police.
With the police?
Police or social media. I've seen the police, I believe.
Okay. Police must have
police.
footages of what
Yes,
happened there.
the police.
Okay. And you ever met with the ex-minister of Internal Affairs
Minister Fonseca?
after that incident? Did you ever discuss that incident over with him?
We've discussed this incident, and as I said earlier, there were recommendations, and I made 1 or 2 recommendations. What should happen after this incident?
Such as recommendations?
But such as whoever goes to prison, there should be this training. Training is one issue, one of the issues. And training is like there should be these simulation exercises that are done where all the stakeholders, because the Portugal people, officers, they know about riots. This is their daily, they know the command and everything. They know everything they do. If they hit something, they know the tempo and everything. So not all, but when there's an incident in prison, everybody just rush in. You know, they are called in, and there's a procedure to follow. So this is what I said. There should be training, simulation exercises for stakeholders engage in like riot, like I used to do for all the elections. Most of the elections, especially except for the last one, but they are trained, except for the new ones. All officers, whether you are in regular police, which means not in the patrol team, should undergo the basic of riots. They should know, so as to have a synchronized when something happens, if something crops up. Everybody knows this and that, what the procedure is, etc.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Babi. I think what we'll do is the media will evacuate, and then we take the remaining pieces of evidence privately. When is the next televised hearing? At 9:45. Okay, so 9:45 tomorrow, that's when we have the next televised hearing. Okay, so let's switch off and evacuate briefly, and then you may remain seated.